Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So today I like to share with you on internal power. You see, internal power is something many people love to boast about. But internal power is actually a real tragic, which will bring you nowhere. So today I like to clarify for you what you never want to touch. Because internal power for 99.9% of people today is really problematic. Now, the reason I like to share with you this today is because welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So today I'd like to share with you on internal power. Internal power in Chinese Kung Fu today is mostly a tragic. It is very problematic. So the reason I'm sharing this today is because last night there's a person who chat with me on internal power. And so I take a look at what he's doing and I analyze him. And I feel really sad that people is doing this kind of thing and spread this kind of thing to America or Europe. I was sitting in front of my iPad to analyze this person's practice on what he claimed as internal, he is so powerful, and so forth, so forth. This person from Asia. My mind, when I see what he's doing, my mind lead me to a disaster of China after the communist takeover at about 1958. That era is called the Great Leap Forward because at that time, some smart guy is proposing that China become the top steel producer of the world. And their technology is the backyard furnace, meaning at your home backyard, you build this furnace, and then everybody do it, and then this Chinese way, and you become the top steel producing the producer of the world. The entire thing collapsed, and it is a big disaster. So, do you know that today so-called Chinese Kung Fu, internal art, and all those things is exactly like the Great Leap Forward? You can check it in the Wikipedia or in the web. It's called in Chinese called 大跃进. Somebody have their brain run differently. So keeping produce this backyard furnace, thinking they can create the environment, the technology that they become the top steel producer without knowing what the heck they are dealing with. So internal art, internal power today. I'd like to share with you on this. Okay? You never want to do all of this which is improper. We today need science, medical science, to check ourselves. Or else you're going to screw up your body. Not to mention people like me who have a diabetic type 1 or have this sickness, that sickness, or we are not that strong bond. It will be a disaster. So stop, block all this nonsense internal power stuff. They never train that way. They never really ever be able to do it, but just demonstration stuff and getting gung-ho stuff while destroying their body. Now, internal power, sure, people want to right away jump into the chi. Number one thing, don't tell me about chi. Don't tell me about chi. You will not be able to get it. Why? You look at the teacher, the grandmaster in the world today. 99.9% have no idea on the breathing and mind synchronizations. Qi come after the breathing and mind synchronizations. If you want to talk about Qi, you know about Qi, all those things, you better have reached the state of the Qi via the breathing and mind synchronizations. Go read The Secret of Golden Flower, that book. Okay? So don't tell me about this internal energy bullshit, okay? Who are you going to kidding? It's exactly the same with the Great Leap Forward. Do you know what is the temperature you need to produce steel and how to deal with it? I mean, come on, don't just get a term and then start to your fantasy and delusions and go doing whatever it is. And people who don't know follow it is going to get screwed. So number one, anybody tell you about chi, you ask him, how do you get into the mind and breath synchronizations? And the first thing, get into the mind and breath synchronization is you check his heart rate variability or heart rate or breathing rate. As I show you many times in this channel, and I put it very specifically in my book, Decoding Wing Chun. If you cannot get your breathing rate down, handling it properly, your heart rate variability going up, your breathing rate down, your heart rate down, your heart rate variability increasing after you practice that, forget about it. You don't know what is the breathing and mind synchronizations. Those who know is like the professional Buddhist monk who practice anapanasati, who is really the guy. Also not the Buddhist monk who is just claim, but the real guy who can sit them in meditations. So we want to put that aside, okay? Don't bullshit on I have the qi in Dan Tien and all this. The first thing. Never believe on those nonsense. The ancient, the uh, the Chinese have this mind and breathing synchronizations come from the Buddha's teaching of anapanasati, and then it apply into the Taoism and so forth, so forth, so forth. You can read in the history. Okay. Now, so you know what it is on this chi stuff. You need the mind and breathing synchronizations, and there are so many things you can do in research, and you do it properly. I'm not saying that people cannot get that. I say you can get it, and even you can uh, verify it with today's measure of your heart rate variability, your breathing rate. But it is not nonsense out of the blue. Or this is secret teaching, this grandmaster. That's why I say anybody who talk this kind of thing, put him in the heart rate, breathing rate, and heart rate variability. Like in my book, Decoding Wing Chun, see whether they have it or not. Okay? So that's number one thing, energy, okay? The second thing is, on the fighting, part of our internal power, or whatever you call it, it is not that difficult to understand. In fighting, number one thing is momentum. Your body weight multiplied by speed. Need to handle your momentum, using your momentum to generate all your power. That is what in fighting. 460 years ago, General Chi Chi Guang already said it clearly. You look at today, like Mike Tyson or the Thai boxer, you can see all is, or even in Olympic, all is about this momentum. That's what the bottom line of fighting, the power. So you want to talk about internal power, forget about this internal. Just look at him, do he have a control of the handling of the momentum? As I shared before, the handling of the momentum is based on how you handle your core, your body. Chinese call Fa. And then your footwork, which is supporting your Fa. And within this Fa, within this body, of course we call it core, you look inside there, there is what? Intra-abdominal pressure. The chest thoracic pressure. The breathing. Your diaphragm, pelvic floor muscle, and your spine. So it's so simple. Momentum. But if you want to handle this momentum, which is moving your weight of your body, you better know how to handle your breathing, your intra-abdominal pressure, which is stabilize your core, and also helping to safeguard your spine. So your diaphragm, pelvic floor muscle, your intra-abdominal pressure, your breathing, your spine. This is what you want to know, exactly how you handle them. So intra-abdominal pressure, meaning you have to be able to handle your diaphragm, your pelvic floor muscle, your breathing, and your spine. Because you need the pressure and so forth to secure your spine, and you don't screwing around your spine. So that's why months ago I asked you guys to learn about your pelvic floor muscle and your abdominal muscle, your hip muscle, those kind of things with this. Check my video before. Now, so every one of those, you want to handle your intra-abdominal pressure, you need to know how to handle the core muscle, the, uh, the diaphragm, the pelvic floor muscle, the oblique muscle, the back muscle, okay? And then you need to know how to handle your spine properly, not to mention all your joints, your 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 knees joint, your hip joint, those kind of things. Otherwise, you're going to guarantee get screwed. When you are young or you are born strong, healthy, very healthy compared with most people, well, you can brute force your body. But when you are like me, 65-year-old, there's a different story. Not even 65. When you hit over 50-year-old, then you start to know if you brute force your body, you start to see what is it. Now, goes to into specific. So as what I just shared with you, the Shaolin as I have shared with you before, the uh, the cycling, recycling of momentum, which is you have your body, your feet, you have to use that to generate the momentum, to be fluent with that momentum. Okay? So don't give me all those Wing Chun have this structure, uh, all this magic power. Forget about it. It never works. Those are just like the of okay. The ancient Chinese didn't say that. It is the modern Chinese who have sadly have no educations and promoting this kind of stuff, clamping the knee. Okay, come on. Now, the next thing is, of course, your intra-abdominal pressure. Don't brute force it. Don't stop breathing. Do not hold your breathing because they can create your chest pressure, your abdominal pressure in the wrong way, and you get hernia and heart issue and spiking with the blood pressure. Many people today who practice qigong and heart power, internal power, you look at that, they are holding their breath, violating the body in terms of intra-abdominal pressure, which causing your body to be damaged if you do it for brute force it. Another thing is your spine. The spines, you do not want to compress it, like put weight on your shoulder, compress it, and then twisting it. You're going to screw up your disc. if you do that. Okay, so don't be like a gung ho like in the TikTok that this young guy, old guy, or have kung fu, you know, can do this, that, demonstrations, putting weight, and then turning and using his lower Dan Tien power. Forget about it. That is going to damage the spine. And so all this Dan Tien stuff, if you ask them what is Dan Tien, 10 people can tell you 10 different things. We don't want those Dan Tien terms here today. Forget about it. You want to talk about qi? I want to talk about the heart rate variability, and the breathing rate based on the breathing and mind synchronizations. Don't tell me all this Dan Tien term, which is who know what the heck it is when it comes to qi. When you want to talk about qi in martial art fighting, tell me about the intra-abdominal pressure handling, your pivot forward handling, your core handling, core muscle handling, your obliques handling, and then your spine handling. Okay? Now, in ancient, be it in Shaolin, I just shared with you for the recycling momentum. Also in Tai Chi, real Tai Chi Chuan, real one, not bullshit one like today, okay? Everybody make it up. Even when they start, say for example, uh, they start their beginning of Tai Chi Chuan. The beginning. You rarely see people do this today, but that's how they train like in 1930 when they do a real Tai Chi Chuan, the peng and coming down. Now when you do this, actually you open up the spine and it's synchronized with the breathing. When you're going down, so it's like you you lengthen your spine and then you let it contract, expanding, extending, contracting. And when you do this, when you relax your lower abs, when you relax your spine behind here, behind the navel, actually is concave up a little bit. That's all technology for handling the spine and breathing and intra-abdominal pressure. So today I share with you two examples, right? The Shaolin, the momentum handling, the real Tai Chi, when they do even just the beginning, the handling of your intra-abdominal pressure, their spine, and of course their diaphragm and pelvic floor muscle. The ancient Chinese have all of this, where you can actually explain with today's medical science and sports science. Instead of saying, oh, 星期 to your Dan Tien, you want to train your lower Dan Tien, no brute force. Huh? What are you talking about? What is brute force? Even if you do this type of stuff, you still need muscle. Momentum, you need muscle. You need muscular endurance. So I hope that what I share with you today, you are clear with it. Don't get into those, oh, Dan Tien power, 星期 to Dan Tien, I have this power, soft power, but you have not be able to explain it in detail. What is going on there with the body? And all the spine and all this intra-abdominal pressure and pelvic floor muscle and so forth all have its limitations. If you do it wrong, you can get hernia, get all kinds of stuff. You can screw up your disc. Like you keeping doing this Wing Chun way, you're gonna screw up your knee. It's not going to give you power. You might look macho when you go demo to people. You see, I can take this hit, I can do this, do this. But you are just because you just born more healthier properly, or you just brute force your body and make believe, psych yourself that you're tough. But wait until you 40 something, 50, and see how is your body can be handled, or you prone to get stroke or those kind of stuff. So this is what I like to share with you. This is well-known stuff. So as today I share with you from General Qi Ji Guang, from Shaolin, from the real Tai Chi practice. The ancient know what they are talking about. But today, it is just slogan, using terms where they don't even know what it is. It's like the great leap forward of the China. Sad, tragic stuff. Everybody think, oh, I just follow this way. Build furnace in our backyard, and soon we will produce the most steel in the world. But yet have no idea on temperature, and that thing can cause pollutions and all kind of stuff, and can cause disaster if you get to high temperature and those kind of stuff. So this is what I like to share with you. You need to be careful because it is your body. Okay? I'm lucky. I'm 65 now. I'm lucky considerably with a born diabetic type 1 and so forth, and then get the body this way. I know the body is going to go, like Buddha say, born, uh, you get old age, you get sick and you die. So it's my time is going to get sick and then die. But you don't want to be premature dying by just doing the gung-ho internal art. And let's talk about the qi. Sure, qi can help you when you are sick. Like me, when I'm 65, can support me. I still need the Western medicine, but it can help me a little bit, support me a little bit. There's no magic there. And because I'm knowing all this momentum, everything in details, I can develop that thing. Doesn't mean that I can be the super fighter like Mike Tyson. I mean, you're born that way. Your body is there's a limit there. And don't keeping talk big about. I don't think you can last a few seconds. Blah blah blah. Now I'm old. I never like to argue with people. But it's very simple. Those who say that he can fight a lot, you ask him about how to handle your intra-abdominal pressure, the spine, all this kind of thing, and the momentum. If they are clueless, then you know. This guy might have talented when he was born in this area, say fighting. But will he get to the top notch like General Qi Ji Guang, analyze the hell out of your opponent and just take it out if we want? They don't. They don't have those type of ability. And it is those type of ability which you be able to analyze, be able to fix it. That is the real kung fu, the real Chinese kung fu. That's what I always say. When General Qi Guang facing the Japanese pirate, the warrior there is too tough to handle. So the Qi Guang, using his Mandarin duck array, 5 person come with the array to take out 1 or 2 warrior in the same time. It's a calculate thing. Man is war. It's not kung fu movie. I'm the best fighter. Best fighter for what? You look at that in the history, the Chinese history, there's a person named Ma Yongzhen, supposed to be a very good fighter. See how he was ambushed and died young. This is reality. So we want to know what is the truth. To love martial art, to want to train in martial arts, to practice in martial art, to get good at it, is good. But avoid from something which is damaging your body, damaging your mind, damaging, just create all kinds of destructive things for other people or for yourself.